Someone should get to the bottom of that. And I know just the guy to do it. Donald Trump is here tonight. Now, I know that he's taken some flack lately, but no one is happier, no one is prouder to put this birth certificate matter to rest than the Donald. And that's because he can finally get back to focusing on the issues that matter. Like, did we fake the moon landing? What really happened in Roswell? And where are Biggie and Tupac? All kidding aside, obviously we all know about your credentials and breadth of experience. For example, no, seriously, just recently in an episode of Celebrity Apprentice, at the steakhouse, the men's cooking team did not impress the judges from Omaha Steaks. And there was a lot of blame to go around, but you, Mr. Trump, recognized that the real problem was a lack of leadership. And so ultimately you didn't blame Little John or Meatloaf. You fired Gary Busey. And these are the kind of decisions that would keep me up at night. Well handled, sir. Well handled. Say what you will about Mr. Trump. He certainly would bring some change to the White House. Let's see what we've got up there.
Our opening clip was President Obama roasting Donald Trump at the 2011 White House Correspondents' Dinner, and that is famously the villain origin story of Lucifer Trump. Yes, Trump wanted to run for president many times. He had a lot of people in his ear trying to make money off of him, campaign operatives saying, just run for president, run for president. He had the Russians in his ear. But that was really the moment that we believe that he decided when Obama ruthlessly gave him the dressing down that the nation wanted, and Obama served that night. And the final image, which you cannot see because this is a podcast and we are not fully loaded for video, not yet. The final image, and Obama was prophetic. The final image of Obama's remarks show the white trash White House looking like a Hooters with all this brassy gold all over the place and these dumb blonde, bikini-clad women, porn stars on our White House lawn, looking very much like Trump's press secretary, Carolyn Leavitt. So Obama was correct in his prediction of what Trump would do to our White House. It's all there. And so now it's no wonder that Donald Trump avoids the White House Correspondents' Dinner. He hadn't gone since 2015. This was his first one in years. And then what happens? This weird assassination attempt, which a lot of people have questions about, including me. And I know it sounds very conspiratorial. Was this real or not? But keep in mind, we've said on this show, including with Dr. Bandy Lee, an expert in psychopaths like Trump. She has gone into prisons. She's gone into state hospitals, institutions of all kinds to find that ground zero patient that infects all the others and creates a virus of psychopathy within the prison or within the psych ward or whatever. So Dr. Bandy Lee has joined together with other leading psychologists to warn everyone about Trump and his movement to be an infectious patient zero of spreading his narcissism, spreading this cruelty, unleashing it, and empowering it in others, which is what Hitler did, which is what Trump has very plainly done. And Dr. Bandy Lee was here on the show, and I asked her, do you think Trump staged his own assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania, July 13, 2024. In a very scary event, someone was killed, people were shot. That turned his polling around. He was sinking in the polls. He had a high-profile court case, which he lost. He was found accountable for E. Jean Carroll. He was sinking in the polls. And then suddenly, this dramatic moment with blood shooting down his face and his fist triumphantly in the air, defiance, that turned things around for him. My apolitical friends who do not pay attention to these things, I asked them, like, who do you think's gonna win the election? And they're like, well, Trump survived that bullet. That was pretty badass. Like, that worked. That worked in America's idiocracy. It turned things around. And the type of goon squad, the dark arts that consolidate power in the Republican Party are known for these type of dark arts. They are known for this. Paul Manafort gave thug Viktor Yanukovych a complete Ken doll makeover, told him what to say and do, and spread all these disinformation wars, staged these fake anti-NATO protests, and so on. They're known for these types of pageantry nonsense. Like, he is a showman through and through. He has fooled Americans through his show The Apprentice and thinking he is a businessman instead of a trust fund kid who inherited a fortune and went bankrupt 6 times. All right? It's all smoke and mirrors. So why wouldn't we expect him to stage assassinations attempts when he needed them to turn things around? Because he's sinking again in the polls. And I have more to say on this, but I'll just touch on it really quickly. The drumbeat we heard leading up to this was that his ballroom that he went ahead and demolished our White House, right? A major wing of the White House, historic wing. He went ahead and just demolished it illegally. And the courts decided that this was illegal, putting him in hot water illegally. And what does Trump do? With his latest assassination attempt, he comes out and says, this is why we need my ballroom. That's pretty suspicious. And then on top of that, the alleged killer had some manifesto saying, Trump's a pedophile, a traitor, and all of that. And Norah O'Donnell interviews Trump for CBS and brings that all up. And Trump just goes after her, attacking her. And so what the connection there is, you're not allowed to point out the truth that Trump is a traitor, pedophile with blood on his hands. You're not allowed to say that because now that is putting a target on the head of the president of the United States. So they're going to now ban that as a threat. Tone down the rhetoric, Democrats. Stop believing your eyes and ears. Stop pointing out the truth because it's dangerous and we will get you, Antifa. They're already releasing lawfare against Antifa. ICE is already getting Israeli hacking tech. So now our encrypted messages are no longer secure, right? They're really going for it now. And so why wouldn't they have some sort of Reichstag fire assassination attempts? You can no longer say Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Trump is a traitor, blood on his hands. You can no longer hate the president of the United States because that endangers him, right? Why wouldn't they do that to turn things around? But all I got to say is final thought. Trump is probably traumatized from what Obama rightfully did to him, what he had coming at this White House Correspondents' Dinner. It probably does not sit well for him. He probably has some major sensitivity towards this event and will do anything to get out of it. So I am open-minded on whether this truly was an assassination attempt or not. I'm open-minded, but let's just say Trump's own MAGA base in recent weeks, who are painfully being radicalized by reality, just as I've long been saying, the reality is going to catch up to people. Trump's own MAGA base is looking at him and saying, wait, you told us you're the anti-war president. You told us you'd end the Ukraine war in 24 hours. You told us you wouldn't launch any more wars. You told us we're going to save money on eggs and gas prices. And now look at the pump. There's one white guy viral video where he says, hey, you want to see me get fucked? And he shows all the gas prices and he starts screaming the top, like a maniac. Because people are losing their minds over how Donald Trump is ruining this country with his wars, with his tariffs, with his stupidity. This is a trust fund kid who blew a fortune, went bankrupt 6 times, and now it shows on what he's doing to us now. And so Trump's own MAGA base, waking up to reality, is saying, you know what? I think he faked his assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania. that portrait of himself he put in our White House of his fist in the air and blood down his face in Butler, that defiant, triumphant thing was something you absolutely, as a normal human being, would not do if you just had bullets grazing by you, right? Secret Service would never in a million years allow you to do something like that in a normal times, right? Well, that iconic image of him emblazoned on MAGA t-shirts, MAGA swag, that MAGA portrait that he hung up in the White House, his gaudy White House. Now MAGA is saying in recent weeks, because now that they're getting fucked at the gas station and in their businesses and their farms and so on, I don't think that was real. I don't think that was real. And here he may have pulled another one. We don't know. And what's odd is some super sleuths are finding this alleged killer that he had a Blue Sky account, and they found the accounts that he followed. Funny that some of the accounts were prominent Ukrainian ones, raising money for Ukraine soldiers, and some were voices in Minnesota. In a word, Antifa. So this looks a bit staged, right? As the machinery is moving to put a target on all of us who dared to exercise our constitutional freedoms. All I'm saying is I've got questions. I know my listeners do too. So we are going to discuss all of this and more at today's Gaslit Nation Salon at 4 p.m. Eastern. The link has already been shared on Patreon, so you can find it there. I'll link to it here in the show notes. So come share what's on your mind, connect with other Gaslit Nation listeners, and we will hash it out there. Thank you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and you will hear from me soon.